So today we're throwing the two strongest and most powerful Batman villains head to head, Bane versus Killer Croc. Well, I guess you could probably argue that Clayface might be the most powerful and the strongest, but you know what? Doesn't matter. Bane versus Killer Croc is the fight today, so let's dive right on in. Forced to serve a life sentence for the crimes of his father, Bane was born and raised in the underground prison Pied Noir. There he forged himself into a pinnacle of physical and mental potential, all without seeing the light of day. Escaping to Gotham City, Bane pitted himself against Batman and became famous as the man who broke the bat. Bane has trained for years and years to be in perfect physical condition, and his strength, stamina, agility, and coordination are so great that he could possibly be compared to a metahuman, even though Bane is still just a human. He's also an expert fighter, having actually created his own fighting style in prison, and has defeated countless opponents throughout the DC universe, even defeating Nightwing and famously breaking Batman's back. Bane is really known for his Venom drug, though, which is a strength-enhancing super steroid. By using this drug, Bane can enhance his already impressive strength to where he can lift 2 tons, but that depends on how large the dosage is. The Venom also gives him peak human speed, an accelerated healing, incredible stamina, and increases his durability to the point where bullets from most firearms can only do superficial damage. But Bane didn't just train his body to physical perfection, but he trained himself to mental perfection as well. He has one of the most cunning and disciplined minds in the DCU, and is an expert in multiple different sciences, languages, strategy, and history. Bane has a photographic memory, which allows him to easily study and understand the actions and movements of an opponent. Unlike other intellectual villains, Bane is able to strongly focus on his goals without any obsessive tendencies clouding his judgment. He was even able to figure out that Batman was Bruce Wayne with little support or investigation. And in the other corner of Killer Croc, Waylon Jones was born with a genetic mutation giving him a reptile's skin, sharp claws, and teeth. Croc became a circus wrestler who would rise to conquer the Gotham mob racket, only then to become one of Batman's most physically imposing rogues. Now, Croc's strength is so great that he's been able to rip bank vault doors straight off the wall, crush a man's skull with one hand, wrestle massive alligators, run through several concrete walls, and, according to Batman, he is strong enough to lift an entire school bus. Croc is also very durable. As he survived having a building collapse on him, he felt nothing when a propane tank blew up in his face, and he was able to survive a fall from a 1,000-foot tall building. But not only is he incredibly durable, he also has a great healing factor. He's quickly healed from broken bones and a spinal injury, and even regenerated his eyes in just a couple pages after they were scratched out. Croc has razor-sharp teeth and claws, which can be quite devastating and easily dismember and kill opponents. Finally, he's surprisingly a rather skilled street fighter, although obviously not as great a fighter as someone like Batman, Nightwing, or even Bane for that matter. So who wins this fight? Well, let's break it down. Now, it's important to note that these two have fought multiple times in the comics, and to be honest, Bane usually wins. So why make this fight if Bane usually takes the victory? Well, let's take a quick hop on over to Gotham City in New 52, where Bane is prancing around as the Bat, and he sneaks up and attacks Killer Croc. Bane is able to take him down fairly easily, although, to be fair, he did get the drop on him and it was a surprise attack. But then we fast forward a bit to where they have a rematch. This time, it's in the sewers, which Croc claims is more his element. But Bane says that he was raised in a prison, and anywhere is his element. Whatever, Bane. Don't be so cocky. And it's that cockiness that actually does him in. As Bane underestimates Killer Croc, Croc is able to cut off Bane's venom supply, and Croc actually wins the fight very easily after that, with Bane even begging for Killer Croc to kill him. So here's what we're going to do. This fight will be the third matchup in this trilogy of fights, and both of them will have their experience from the previous 2 fights to draw upon. So who wins? Well, I think what I like doing now is just coming out and saying who I think is going to win the fight, and then provide my case for why they will win, instead of making it like a back and forth, then a big surprise reveal for who wins. So this way I can just form better arguments and get my points in for why I think a certain character should win. Anyways, I'm pretty confident that Bane would win in this third matchup. First, he is definitely the superior fighter here. You can kind of argue either way for who is physically stronger, But Bane is obviously the better fighter, and he can use that technique to absolutely manhandle Killer Croc, just like he did in the first battle. Now Croc shouldn't be underestimated here, and he'll definitely try to cut off his venom supply, as that's the reason that he won the second time. However, Bane is not the kind of guy to make the same mistake twice, and he's not going to underestimate Killer Croc here. Instead, he'll go in strong and fast, using his superior skill to try and put Croc down as quickly as possible, and also be very wary of his claws and teeth around his venom. At the end of the day, I believe that Bane's skill and intelligence are going to give him the victory here. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts, so sign off in the comments down below. Also, be sure to hit the subscribe button for videos just like this one every single week.